Hey guys, Brains here from Trash Pandas Watch Anime. Just giving you a little heads up and a little bit of a warning, we do use graphic language and sometimes speak on explicit content. We're three veterans that just really don't feel like holding their tongues, though we will for a professional atmosphere. I figure we're all talking about something we love, and who doesn't love a good dick joke? So, if you can't handle graphic language or explicit content, you might not want to listen to us. I'd say give us a try, but if you don't want to listen to us just because of this warning, go ahead and get out. Later, guys.
Go, theme music. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Theme music!
You know that this is where you gotta be. It must be your destiny. Sensational. And you believe that this is what you waited for. And it's you that they all adore. Baby, can you feel like number one? Shining bright for everyone. Living out your fantasy. The brightest star for all to see.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, I can't beat that.
Alright. Welcome to Trash Pandas Watch Anime. I'm one of your hosts, Brains.
And I'm Bullets.
And I guess I'm Blood.
A little background on that. We're all veterans, and each of our jobs corresponds to that, so we'll let you figure that one out for now. And we'll talk about that later in the episode.
Beer.
Brr.
Beer. So, I want to start this off and get everybody introduced to us, get us to knowing us. So, how about we start with Blood? So, what brought you into anime?
Well, when I was really young.
If you say Dragon Ball Z, I'm gonna punch you.
No. That's close. But this was back in the 80s, dinosaurs. My dad
I mean,
went to
back
Japan.
when you were like 3 years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad went to Japan, he brought home a tape of Dragon Ball, and I loved the shit out of that. Dragon Ball!
But it was like the Dragon Ball that was uncensored, right?
So you saw boobs and everything.
Well, and Goku's penis a lot.
Oh
Yeah, there was a lot of penis.
There was a lot of Goku penis in the original Dragon Ball. if you've
Why do
never
you think
seen
he liked it so much?
it. You love the cocks a little too much.
You love the cocks too much.
So,
Alright,
You're the
so...
one that's always talking about mine. Just saying.
It's because it's impressive. A motherfucking baby's arm holding a motherfucking apple.
Oh my.
Good people don't need to know that.
Okay, fine.
They're gonna have nightmares now.
I still do.
So anyways, alright, Blood, so, what was your, what are some of your favorite animes since then? I mean, we can go shonen, but try to talk about other things other than shonen anime, big battle anime.
Big battle anime?
Well, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, One Piece, those are shonen.
Oh.
Yeah, the obvious ones everybody's heard of.
Well, pretty much the next anime I started watching was Cowboy Bebop, but that was years later, because, my parents did love me enough.
Still don't.
And that's still what ranks really high on my list of animes that I like. I could sit down and watch it right now.
Right.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
And
I-
again.
Thousand time,
Especially the mushroom episode.
Oh yeah.
or the refrigerator episode.
Yeah. Let's see. Say no much for shonen. I mean,
Started off on Shonen pretty much, didn't you?
Fooly Cooly, yeah, pretty much.
Fooly Cooly, that was a
Who
good
doesn't
one.
like Fooly Cooly?
And they're gonna be remaking that apparently. We'll have to talk about that when it comes out.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what studio is doing it right now. I believe it's a different studio than the original, but
Yeah.
I haven't looked too much into it because I have mixed feelings on them remaking Fooly
Yeah, I do
Cooly
too.
because I felt Fooly Cooly was a very, very well done anime when it was made. I think it's probably only problem that some people had complaints about was how short it was, and they
Yeah.
felt that there could have been more story.
Yes, but it was just a little off though.
Yeah, and it was great for what it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, even for not what it was, even if it was a series that was cut short, it was
Right.
still great,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't, so.
Any others you want to honorably mention? Honorable.
Seen several, so
I mean, I know you've seen Queen's Blade, but I don't know.
Queensblade, yeah. Sekirei.
Sekirei. Well, Sekirei is a little bit better than Queen's Blade. Queen's Blade's like straight out almost hentai.
I didn't actually watch a whole lot of Queensblade. Amber did.
Oh, yeah.
But
Pretty much, if you took that girl with the pink, I would call it her hair, but it pretty much covers everything else for clothing too. You lose the whole point of watching that anime, anyways.
Rin, Daughters of Nemesis.
actually, that was actually pretty good.
That was really
It was
good.
pretty good.
I liked it.
I liked, yeah. I mean, I had no complaints.
Yeah.
Claymore?
Claymore.
I was gonna say that one.
Oh, well, fuck you.
Maybe later if you're lucky.
Huh.
All right, so Bullets, what got you in there?
Apparently.
Well, boredom.
Boredom?
Um,
No, what anime started you, though?
You know, honestly, I think back to it and I really can't think of it. But, you know, animes that I remember watching early on were things like Claymore, Escaflowne. Remember that one?
Escaflowne, when they showed that on, what was it, Fox Kids.
Yeah. Or what was that? What was that, what did they call it on the weekends for cartoons? It was like, it wasn't Toon Mania or...
Toonami?
Toonami.
And Toonami was every, it became weekends, like when we were about out of high school.
Yeah.
When we first started seeing it, it was every afternoon, prime time. They were,
Yeah.
Robotech, which was a mishmash of actually 3 different series.
Because catching that when I could, that's really what kind of got me into it. And then, of course, you know, I saw the big ones like Bleach. Didn't even get into One Piece until recently. And I'm working my way through catching up on that one. And then Fairy Tail.
Yeah. I feel like Fairy Tales, it's kind of popular,
Yeah.
but in the you see more people that know who Ichigo out of Bleach is than who know who Natsu is or Gray.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know. It was freaking Goku.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, and then, you know...
Well, that's because he saved the universe.
And Sailor Moon.
Dragon Ball and... Fuck, I forgot about Sailor Moon almost.
We all forget about Sailor Moon.
Well, that's because Deep redid that sucker, and it did not go well.
We all try to forget that one.
And then,
We all try to forget that we liked it. We all sang the song with them, and we all wanted to be Tuxedo Mask.
I want to be Sailor Moon.
But
Fuck
then
you.
you remember...
Fine, Serena.
then you remember they pretty much remade it, and then they had the Powerpuff Girls. So, bring...
Powerpuff Girl's a little different. Tara Strong, who voices Bubbles, does an amazing Vader, by the way. I think we need to do a special edition Star Wars, specifically with Tara Strong doing the voice of Vader.
Alright.
I think that would be hilarious. Mind you, I'm a big fan of Tara Strong in general. So,
If you haven't noticed. So, Brian, what about you?
so
Why don't you share your virgin story of anime?
I got started in Sailor Moon.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I really did want to be
That was fun
Tuxedo
when you were
Mask.
talking about the penis.
Every time he showed up with the fucking tossing that fucking rose in like a vamp, just to like give her the brief distraction she needed to actually save the day. Because let's be honest, he never saved the day.
You know, I've never heard someone refer to tossing a rose as a Banff move.
Well, to be fair, have you ever watched Yu Yu Hakusho? Kurama.
Kurama was a vamp,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
rose.
Yeah, you have
and especially when he became Yoko Kurama.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple others.
Derail!
Beyblade and all those others.
Oh, Beyblade. I don't know if I count that as an anime.
No.
Well,
Or
is
not,
that
not Beyblade. What is that one I was fucking
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, I fucking watched Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Who didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was
well, the
great.
original one was good.
Or it'd have been toss up between Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura,
Oh,
And,
Captain. I remember that one.
Pokemon. Those were the first 4 anime I started watching.
Pokemon, I forgot about Pokemon.
Yeah, but a lot of people dismissed Pokemon as an anime originally just because it seemed
Just-
very Americanized
Yeah.
when it came over to us.
Well, I mean, that was the dubbing, but then again, it's a kid's show. It's not really that hard to translate, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I started with, and then later in life, I started watching things like Bleach, but I was 19 by that point. Before all that, I had actually watched
I
a
was
lot
19.
of Macross 7. None of you guys have seen it. You remember Robotech and how Minmay sang songs? Yeah, it's like that, except the dude just went out there and played guitar and sang songs at him, and it didn't really do anything for most of the series. Then it eventually started to communicate friendship or something. The music was great.
Friendship is magic.
Right. I liked... But one of the things that really got me into it, and don't hate,
Too late.
was Gundam Wing.
And you can't really say you hate something from Gundam Wing because
a lot of Gundam fans don't like Gundam Wing, though, because it departed so drastically from the rest of the series.
But at the same time, it's such
Like
a
the rest of
large series, the Gundam series, that you're gonna have people that liked or didn't like every section of it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha.
That's the one I couldn't remember earlier.
Inuyasha. I liked Inuyasha.
That was a different one. I'll go with different. That's good.
So I mean, it was real good. But recently I watched one that I actually enjoyed because one thing I hated about Inuyasha is how long it took them to get to a romance, and then it wasn't even really a romance at the end. One of the ones that I loved recently because they kind of did get somewhere, or at least pretty damn close, was Yamada's First Time, which was on Netflix.
Yeah, I was watching that too. That was actually really good. It was hilarious.
It cracked me the fuck up. I mean, had it been longer, it had probably gotten old real quick. But
oh yeah, probably.
But the episodes and the stories were real short.
What?
You could deal with all the etchy.
Well, who can't deal with a little bit of etchy?
Yeah, well, I have been struggling with that after things like Mocking Key. I mean, Haguri, what is it? Haguri no, I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of it. Haguri no Estica or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was an anime that was actually had a really cool main character, and the female lead was actually really cool as well.
Is that the Aesthetica Rogue Hero one? Is that what it translates into?
Yeah.
Rogue Hero?
Yeah. He
I saw that one.
I mean, he was a vamp. I don't know if you've seen it, Blood, but it's worth a watch.
Was it Blood? What?
Aesthetica Rogue Hero. I've got it.
Alright.
You can watch it.
Blood Plus was good.
K,
the anime was good. They're actually making a new one.
Nice.
I think it's called I'm gonna butcher this probably.
Well, then don't worry
K
about it.
Return of the Kings.
Dude,
but...
you don't speak Japanese. Shut the fuck up.
No, I think it's actually called K Return of the Kings.
Oh. So how are we gonna fuck that up?
Because it could be K the New Kings.
Beer and anime. That's all you need. And a little bit of poon on the side.
These guys have their priorities all fucked up, I think.
No, because if you do it right, you can do it all at the same time.
Fair enough.
With a beer in your hand.
And a song in your heart.
Oh my god. Alright, so I'm gonna bring up one of my all-time favorite animes, even though it frustrates the fuck out of me and never went anywhere past the origin story. Berserk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Berserk was about a 25 episode anime.
Mm-hmm.
And it was made in the late 90s, I believe.
I believe so.
And it follows the story of this character, Guts. Well,
he's a badass.
Yeah.
He never gets his guts taken out.
Straight vamp. Well, he joins the Band of the Hawk under Griffith, yes. And basically it's about a story to rise to power for Griffith, and Guts realizing that him and his friend Griffith aren't really on the same page about how they view life. So
their friendship doesn't work out.
No, not at all. At the very beginning of the...
Do most of the friendships of the first two characters that you meet in an anime really ever work out?
A lot of times. I mean, if you take, what was it, Zetsui no Tempest?
Goku and Krillin.
It eventually worked out. Goku and Krillin, I don't know if I'd count that because Krillin died a lot.
They're still friends.
Yeah, but so did Yamcha, but nobody cares about him.
No one cares about Yamcha, exactly.
Yamcha's here. Yamcha's dead!
In fact, in Dragon Ball, Goku made a lot of his enemies into his friends.
That's true. Piccolo.
So what happens when you suck the D?
I don't know
Tien
if Goku just sucked cock or if he just made them suck his cock and they became subservient to him. He was pretty powerful. I mean, I never saw him use a dick-sucking move on anybody because I figured that'd be his first move he'd use if it worked that well.
Yeah, but
It's not Kevin Smith.
But at the same time, you never see him take a shit either. But you know he still does it.
Actually, you do see him take a shit in Dragon Ball.
Too shit. Yeah, but
It's
so
well,
what
you don't get to see the shit itself, but you
So what
see
you're
him
saying
bent
is
over in a bush.
he doesn't take a poop since the age of like 4. He just holds it in,
I believe he
and
was
that's
eight.
why he gets
I
so
remember- I think
mad.
he was
Well, I think once you go Super Saiyan, your body metabolizes your poop for you. It turns it into more power.
That's why they glow.
That's why they look constipated when they're powered.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Yep.
Their
That's why they're always screaming.
Their sphincter is just cramping up on them.
Reabsorption.
Just reabsorbs the nutrients or
How the
reuses
fuck
them.
did we
That's
get
why
on
he's.
this topic?
I mean, you figure as big a fucking meals as that guy always ate, you'd always see him taking shits, but.
Those would be ridiculous.
Right?
I would not want to go into a part of John after him.
It's wrapped around the
It would be full.
It would be full.
And it was new when he went in there. So let's get back to Berserk. Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
that's what we're
Yeah,
talking
Berserk.
about.
I think my biggest problem with Berserk was that at the beginning of the anime, you get the Black Swordsman.
Shit.
In the very first episode, you get the Black Swordsman, and he's awesome. He fires that cannon out of his arm. He's got the crossbow, and he just swings that big ass motherfucking sword. But you don't get to see him later. That's the first and last time you see the Black Swordsman.
And see, I think that is like a result of early planning on the creators of the anime trying to introduce that big boss, just like in Hunter x Hunter, where, and in that case it's solved, where Hisoka fights with Gon early on and gives him the, hey, give this back to me when, well, you're not a little bitch.
Well, that's
the
a lot
problem is-
different.
hold
We're
on,
talking
let-
about
hold on.
the entire series is a flashback from the first episode. I mean,
Yes,
it's a lot different
but
than...
no, but I'm saying
than
it's
Hunter
like
X.
no, they introduced this character who is supposed to be what you're working back up toward. But the problem is, I think the anime got ended sooner than it was intended, so they can never get back to that point.
I think they're either trying to launch people into watching or into reading the Berserk manga, or maybe he did expect that he might be able to get another season out of it. I think that's where he was running into problems there.
What? I haven't seen half these shows that you've seen.
Berserk? You've seen Berserk?
I've seen Berserk.
Yeah.
What? I mean, do you want me to speculate? Is that what you're trying to ask me to do? I don't speculate. It is what it is. Shit happens.
Well, and then what bothered me is they did those movies that those battle cell shades were just awful to look at. The rest of the anime wasn't too terrible in the new movies, and they went a little more in depth into some of the background story, but again, we didn't get the satisfaction of seeing Guts become the Black Swordsman and start kicking some demon ass.
Right. Fair enough.
And we don't even get to see him in the Berserker armor.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Or you can go with another classic one like the Samurai X and Rurouni Kenshin series, which is another one that actually ended up. I watched the Samurai X movies before the series, though, like most people end up doing, I would think.
Yeah.
And
It wouldn't be bad to watch Samurai X first.
yeah. Well, well, it is chronologically earlier.
Yeah.
It is chronologically makes sense to watch the movies first, anyways.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, as long as you only watch the first 2 OVAs out of Samurai X, you can't watch the third,
Yeah.
because that's the end of Rurouni Kenshin.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of like the teaser to what happened in between these time frames.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it sets a completely different. The Samurai X OVAs set a completely different tone for the entire series.
Did it? I
Yeah,
haven't seen Samurai X. I've only seen Rurouni Kenshin.
It's upstairs. Why don't you watch it?
Because I'm busy.
No excuse.
No,
so-
serious. I guess I have to now, don't I?
Yep. But yeah.
well, Samurai X. I mean, it starts off with Kenshin and Mora during the war.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's offing motherfuckers left and right throughout the story.
Yeah.
And then
Then you go to Rurouni Kenshin, and his whole thing is he's trying not to.
wait.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say,
Against
wasn't
killing.
it in the first movie where it actually showed back to where he became a Kenshin anymore, or was that in the
Yeah.
TV show?
That was. It was in the TV show in an episode, I believe, but it was in the first Samurai X
I thought they
OVA
showed it- Yeah.
where I think they go a little more in depth with the story. Not much more because they
Yeah.
kind of always gloss over it, but
Yeah.
where back when he was Shinta was his
Yeah.
name. And
Before
then
he became a Rurouni Kenshin.
Yep, and then he became
Kenshinimura, however you want.
he became Rurouni is
Yeah.
the Japanese word for a wandering samurai. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Anyways, but
But Rurouni Kenshin,
Yeah.
that was an anime that at least decently came full circle.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
wasn't one that I think ended early, and I think they got out the message that they wanted to, and their full story.
I mean it could have probably ended after the Shishio arc.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it should have.
Well, there
I
are
mean, it didn't
animes-
go on too terribly much longer, but the Shishio arc was a really high end to the anime, and it was
Yeah,
just
it
kinda,
really
how
was. It got so intense.
do you top that?
Yeah.
But
You know, for you, those of you guys who don't know what Rurouni Kenshin is, because this is what we're trying to do with the show. We're trying to expose people to anime and kind of get you to watch it. We don't want to sit here and tell you, hey, you
Watch
know,
this.
watch
anime
this
is cool.
because blah, and it's done by this art director in this studio, and we're not technical like that. Yeah, we'll pay attention to studios sometimes. Sometimes we'll pay attention to directors because sometimes you just see an anime that you like that much, you want to find another one like
Yeah.
it. And that's where I want to bring up something else in a second, but Rurouni Kenshin, I think was a very well done anime, and it's the story of a Hitokiri, which is a manslayer from the Meiji era. And he's from the not the Warring States, what was that? The Meiji Revolution.
Durpa.
And he decides that he's going to disappear and
become peaceful.
become peaceful. They don't. The sword style he practices isn't needed anymore. He happens to wander up on this girl named Kaoru. She's getting bullied by somebody who's pretending to be him. And, of course, him being the protagonist, not only is he clumsy and funny, he steps in to help.
And he does it nice.
That you know.
And the shenanigans go on from there. But one of the most fascinating things about him is that this character constantly uses what he calls a reverse blade samurai sword. Where he's got the blunted edge on
Also
the
known as
outside
a useless
curve.
samurai sword.
Right? He also calls it a sakabato. But it's on the outside curve of the blade, and on the inside is the sharp point. So he can't, quote unquote, kill with it.
Using normal sword
techniques. Yeah.
So which means he would have to intentionally turn the blade consciously with the intent.
Correct, but let's be
also-
honest, if you swing a big, heavy piece of steel at somebody's head, blunt or not, you're probably going to kill them.
Or at
Yeah.
least incapacitate them
Yeah.
rather
But
than-
and the thing is, it also hinders style of fighting.
Fighting.
You gotta swap it around. Or
Yep.
slow 'em down.
So
Just saying.
So, but the shenanigans ensue. It's great. You know, you
There
get
are
going
laughs.
through all the arcs, and then you get to the Shishio arc, which is where a lot of people say you should really just stop watching at.
It's
Unless you're going to watch a Samurai X OVA, and then go ahead and watch the last OVA, which is the full circle ending, the definite ending where you get to see, years down the line how everything turned out. And
okay, I have no idea.
it turned out great. Well, it turned out good.
it turned out well.
it turned out good for what the anime wanted.
Yes.
And for what the tone was set at. And you end up with some really cool characters. But this is what I want to talk to you guys about next. I've seen a few anime that I really, really liked.
that it really didn't.
Right.
Better done that. Bought the t-shirt.
I'm a big fan of dystopic animes, which for those of you guys who don't know is when you have a utopia and it looks beautiful and everything's great, but on the inside it's rotten. Soylent Green, if any of you seen
We're eating people.
Yep. It's Clockwork Orange, right? It's the book, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Clockwork
Clockwork
Orange
Orange is
is
a
a movie.
movie also.
Oh wait.
It's also it's kind of a dystopic movie,
But
but it's
Yeah.
actually more about a man.
it's all
Logan's Run. That's one of the-
dystopic is all
right.
the
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
But number 6 was really well done. And then there was another one called Gyose, which was the Planet of the Beast King. I believe.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
That was a great dystopic anime.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too.
that was
And-
where he was on a planet where the plants tried to kill him, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then everybody else is trying to kill him too.
Of course. That was another one I watched early on too. Now,
But I want to talk to you guys about that. Is what I call, or what I think it's called, is the void. When you get done watching an anime, you really, really enjoy the void that you experience when you don't have that anime to watch it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. I understand. It's like finishing a book and you're like, well, now what do I do with my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I
Cowboy
watched,
Bebop.
I watched Bleach
Oh,
as
yeah.
it was coming out every week,
Exactly.
and then when you dedicate that time every week to watch it as it comes out, and then it ends, and then next week comes around and you're like, well, what the hell am I gonna do now?
Yeah. And
And that's where I
And-
think where we come in.
I guess we could come in there.
I mean, an anime I really liked, but a lot of people didn't. Trigun.
You said a lot of people did it because of me, didn't you?
No. I've heard on.
Because
I've read on a lot of websites and heard on some shows that people are just like, fuck Trigun.
it's not. I don't. No.
I
I thought Bash was too whiny.
I think it really comes down to what you look for when you're going into a show, compared to it's kind of like, we'll use the example of non-anime that most everybody in the world has seen nowadays. We'll say like Lord of the Rings. If you read the books and then you go back and you watch the movies and you expect the movies to be like the books, you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be disappointed. But
Totally.
let me finish. But
Well, I think-
if you go in to watch the movie as a movie and appreciate it as that and not comparing it to something else, you can enjoy the movies fully.
Well, I think at that point you're talking about the disparity between a manga and the anime that it's
But it's
that it was made into.
It's how you go into watching.
Well,
it.
I think it's more about
It's
on the
the
types
attitude.
of the
It's
character.
expectations.
Yeah, it's the expectations you take into watching. If you expect a 10 and in reality it's only an 8, it still is a great anime. But because you expected so much more, you're gonna think it more at 4.
True. I mean, like, I like a lot of animes, but my favorite animes are animes like Hellsing and Black Blood Brothers, and it's not because they're vampires. I mean, vampires are cool.
He's got a hard on for vampires.
Oh yeah, you know it.
He
I'm
likes
a
to suck.
Twilight tween.
I knew it.
You
Oh,
sparkle
God.
nicely.
So you're an Edward guy then?
I love them glampires. Let me tell you what. I like Alucard and Jin. Jin was the main character from Black Blood Brothers, and I like them because they were just so ridiculously powerful
Right. Yeah. Well.
that they couldn't be defeated.
Yeah. It's kind of like Superman.
Yeah.
But at the
People
same
like
time,
Superman because he's unstoppable.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like
It's not what I always want to see, but
No,
It was just
no one
how-
wants to see Superman very often either.
right.
because if the
Well,
guy
it's-
can't
he's
fucking-
white bread.
Yeah, if the guy can't die,
Fuck you.
then you know he's gonna always win.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I like just how, especially Jin and Alucard both, how they were just so casual.
Yeah.
They were like, fuck it. You're going to shoot me with bullets, do it. That's cute. Let me fuck you up now.
It's like Deadpool.
Yeah,
Deadpool
exactly.
anime.
Deadpool.
A Deadpool anime. I don't know how that would go.
That would end badly.
I said the Deadpool of anime.
Oh, well, no, not quite. They don't break the fourth wall.
Whoa.
Well, Fooly kind of.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Kind of. Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Yeah, I think they talked to the screen a couple times.
Well, they just talked about the directors.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The artists.
It's been so long since I've seen that. I do need to go back and watch
You kind of want to go back and watch it, don't you?
It don't take you, what, like 2 hours?
it. Right. 6 episodes, I think. So yeah, not bad.
That's where the 20-minute break is, though.
My bad.
Or are there only 5 episodes?
I
I think there were 6.
They're six.
I think there were 6. For those of you who don't know, I know we've kind of been going over our animes. We haven't really been going into depth what they're about. What's the best way to describe Fooly Cooly? Is just a mind fuck of an anime?
Robots
Just-
out of your fucking mind? Yeah.
It's
You can't explain it. The chick's got a hard on for this kid, and the kid's got a baseball bat that's bent. It doesn't make sense.
what? I think you're confusing.
Now,
anime.
I thought she
think
had,
we're talking about
like a
Hentai
bent
now.
baseball.
No, they had a freaking guitar.
Yeah, it was a guitar.
Oh no, she had the guitar. I thought he had the baseball bat that was bent.
No. He didn't have a baseball bat. No,
What
I
about the
remember.
moped?
Yeah,
The
I remember the
Vespa.
Vespa, yeah. But I
It was
swear
the
to
Vespa
God,
lady.
I swear to God, somebody had a golden bat that was bent.
That was, what was that?
Am I thinking?
It's a different anime.
You're thinking of different anime.
Am I?
God, it's right there.
And you know, there's someone who's listening to this right now. He's typing in the comments, and he's like, "This is the fucking anime you're thinking of." And
So-
we're like, "If I could see it, that'd be awesome." But you know what? We can't tell after this conversation's over, anyways.
Right. Yeah. And
Best way to describe Fooly Cooly? Drug-fueled adventure
right.
through outer space.
Yeah.
Even though there's no space.
It's kind of an acid trip of an
It
anime.
can be.
Yeah.
It can be. Especially when they do the manga panel thing.
Yeah. They and yeah, guys, feel free to comment. We'll read them all. Well, I'll read them all because I don't have a life.
That's the truth.
Well, I think we all have pretty short of a life. It's just Blood over there is getting a little more ass than normal. So
and he's gonna ride that. He's gonna ride that baloney pony while he can.
Yeah,
Till next summer.
till next summer, which
And then-
moves away and leaves you forever.
Oh. I don't even know the beer now.
Yeah. Cry into your beer.
Fuck you!
Season it with your tears. Oh, if you guys are wondering, Trash Panda, this Trash Panda deal, Trash Pandas Watch Anime, is actually becoming Trash Pandas Watch Anime because Bullets got married this last weekend.
What?
And, we're...
May or may not have ordered extra beer, and now we have to finish it off. So
We thought he ordered half kegs, he ordered half barrels. Apparently there's a difference.
Yep, which is actually 2 full kegs. So we have a full keg's worth of beer roughly between the 2 kegs, and we
I'm gonna finish it.
yeah, we got to finish it before 60 days. We got 2 months.
Let's be honest, we gotta finish it before it goes bad.
Yeah?
Which will still be before 60 days.
Yeah?
I think we got like 2 weeks maybe.
We good.
We good. You got this.
So we got to drink a keg's worth of beer between the 3 of us in 2 weeks.
Which, if you think about it, 160 divided
I mean,
by
I guess we could go sell it to some minors. I mean, not
Huh.
really, but I mean, we live in a college town.
Change.
No, hey guys, we got some half kegs for you. Those look like full kegs. Well, they're half kegs, and we're gonna need the kegs back. So
No, fuck it. You know, if they don't want
just charge them for the deposit.
Hey, yeah. If they don't want to give me the kegs back, they just give me the deposit. We'd be good. Oh, fuck. We should probably get back on topic here.
Yeah.
So here.
But to describe Helsing is
Vampires.
and
It's Twilight Light.
People killing vampires.
Wait, no.
No. Alucard would eat the Twilight Glampires for breakfast, shit them out again, and then eat them again because they're almost impossible to digest.
Alucard could probably eat just about anybody he wanted to.
He does eat quite a few people. Has anybody here seen Helsing Ultimate?
Those
haven't?
goes.
I think I've seen one of the Hellsings.
I know you've seen the original Hellsing,
Is that
where at the end he fights Incognito. It was a bald, skinny, pale vampire, and he does the purple beams all over the place.
Purple beams.
No, that's the one I watched. He fought Walter at the end.
You fought Walter? Oh, so you did see Hellsing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was very unhappy about how Anderson went out.
Only a man can kill a monster.
Only a monster can kill a man.
No.
No,
That's
that's not how it works.
not how
I
it works.
tried to make it sound awesome.
You did.
If you haven't
you
seen
did not make it
Hellsing
sound awesome.
Ultimate, I'm torn because I kind of want you to just watch Hellsing, so you'd be like, all right, that's a pretty cool anime, and then watch Hellsing Ultimate and be like, oh my god. The difference between Hellsing Ultimate and Hellsing, besides their names, is Hellsing Ultimate followed a lot closer to the manga throughout its storyline, and more importantly, it's bloody as shit and brutal.
Especially the vampire anime. It's kind of weird not to have blood in a vampire anime.
Right?
Right. But, I mean, it was really bloody. I mean, that scene where he releases the Cromwell Initiative,
Yeah.
or when he was on the ship.
Yeah. He's trapped now. Why is the boat moving?
You don't know, Alucard's such a badass that, you know, the old legends about Dracula, vampires can't cross water on their own. They trap him on a boat at one point and blow the engines. So the boat's sitting out in the middle of the water. He's killed everybody on board. And he's stuck,
He likes to blow.
floating. And he's like, oh, it's going to take me a while to get back now. Takes all the blood from all the people he killed on the ship, runs it into the water, has some sort of like weird remote control power on its blood, and moves like an oil tanker with blood.
What, you can't do that?
No, I can't do that.
That's because you suck.
Dude, I've been able to do that since I was like 4.
Dude. 3.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
3?
3. Mind you, I can't swim. But, you know, I can use blood to keep myself buoyant.
Oh, that's same here.
I mean,
Pretty good.
it makes life easier. I mean, mind you, parents aren't very happy when I kill their toddlers to go for a swim. But you fuck them.
Right.
Not, who cares?
Actually, don't fuck toddlers. That's wrong.
Right.
That's
Okay, so
not do that.
let's go on to, you know, I'm kind of on a vampire kick, so let's talk about a couple of them. Black Blood Brothers.
I think I've seen that one.
You seen that one with Jin?
Yeah.
The guy who's always like sulking in the sun?
Yep.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've really seen many vampire.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I haven't seen a whole lot either.
Uh,
We're going to talk about Rosaria Vampire next.
Ooh.
I have
Actually,
seen that one.
I've seen a couple episodes of those.
It's a Monster of the Week anime. It's really good. But let's tell them what Black Blood Brothers is about, so they're not all like, God damn you, you pieces of shit!
Well, they already think that anyway.
You guys have ADD. You guys are freaking chipmunks and crack. You can't stay on one topic.
No, let's be honest. We are the Trash Pandas because we go, ooh, shiny. Ooh.
So, anyways, Black Blood Brothers is a story about Jin, and I could never remember the little
I don't
brother's
remember
name.
any stories about Jin starting that way.
And he's basically, this is a world where vampires are known and accepted in a society, and he was a hero of the Kowloon War or something like that.
Yeah,
Kowloon War.
That.
I'm probably butchering the name.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
But
There's other brothers.
basically, he was a hero, and he was the guardian of this really special vampire bloodline. And he's a really special
He's
vampire
the only one
bloodline.
of his kind, isn't
He's the only one of his kind. She was the only one of her kind.
he? Yes.
And then
And-
they had sex, and then they were the only ones of their kind.
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, maybe. They might have had sex. There was kind of
It doesn't really say.
subtext.
Yeah, a
but-
little bit.
A little bit, but
Wasn't he her bodyguard?
yes.
Yeah.
That was what his bloodline was for.
Gotcha.
And he basically goes all vampy and like fucks up people the entire anime. Overpowered as shit. And
Like all good main characters in an anime.
Yup.
To be honest.
Well, I mean, Goku's not always overpowered. It's not
Dude,
always.
Dude,
Dude,
he gets stronger every time he dies.
He was getting his ass kicked by Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and he held back on purpose not to hurt Vegeta's feelings. And then later he's like, I didn't want to show Vegeta because it would hurt his feelings. I mean, that's not exactly what he said, but then that's what he implied. And then he's like, raw, watch my hair grow rock star long. I'm Super Saiyan 3 with no eyebrows.
I'm just gonna point out that Goku got his ass kicked by Raditz. Rock the mic.
He didn't get his ass kicked by Raditz. He held Raditz still, and Piccolo kicked his ass.
And the Piccolo just said, fuck you, I don't care about friends.
Well, friends.
They weren't friends at the time. They just both wanted to stop Raditz. Anyways, back to Black Blood Brothers.
Ushari!
Right? I had to put some sort of sound effects in the show for whenever we go off topic. It's like, so, but Black Blood Brothers. One of the important things to note is that the entire anime is centered around fighting the return of these Kowloon children, and
the Kowloons were the ones that were like.
That rapidly reproduced and turned into psychotic monsters.
Yeah.
All I heard is fuck like chicken. It's just fucking raw.
If you get a chance, check it out. Check out the first couple episodes. It's worth a look. Jin's pretty vampy. In the first episode, you get to see him be a real bad vamp on a ship.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And if for any of you
Everybody's
who
like,
like
oh,
me,
God.
who aren't the biggest fan of the acronym BAMP, because I just think it's stupid.
Bad as a motherfucker?
Well, the acronym is
Badass motherfucker.
Yeah, badass motherfucker. But I use my rule. It's either the 3 or 5. Typically, it's approximately an hour and a half. Rule for anime: if any show or anime that you're looking at possibly watching, give it an hour to an hour and a half worth of its episodes to watch. And if you can't get into it, there are some animes that you just don't get into. Well, that's fine, but
yeah, it means you're terrible as a person, and you should probably
just give the anime at least an hour to an hour and a half before you decide it's a bad anime. That's just not your type.
Actually, that's also really important to talk about because it is a trend in a lot of animes. If you haven't noticed, a lot of animes do take till about the 5th episode to ramp up.
Yeah, they do take
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Its 5th episode was phenomenal.
8th episode was phenomenal.
Huh?
Episode 8?
Oh, yeah, episode 8 was...
But, yeah, either way, it's still that. It takes a couple episodes.
Let's be honest, the last episode of Cowboy Bebop was awesome.
It takes a couple episodes for most animes to really get in a story because they try and give you a background because they're trying to build.
They want you to like the characters.
Yeah. So, before you just watch like the first episode or 2 and be like, what the hell, you should definitely make sure that you are interested and give it enough time to develop before you just say, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
The rule, it is a good rule. I've heard it from other anime reviewers and on websites mostly, and that I've been reading, and they all say it too. And I've thought it for a long time. Is episode 5 is really kind of your deciding episode. If at the end of episode 5 you aren't feeling the anime, don't continue with it. I mean, like Brunhilde in the Darkness. You guys probably haven't seen that. It's really complicated plot with these girls that are witches, but they're actually witches because of some organism that some pharmaceutical corporation inserted into their head, and some kid is trying to save one of them, and then he almost dies, and it's a whole thing. Then he ends up trying to help them survive, and
doesn't sound like it's worth it.
It was actually really good. It got good by the 5th episode.
What was that anime you were watching that had the parasite in his hand thing?
Parasite the Maxim.
Okay.
Parasite the Maxim's a really good anime about these, one day these parasites just show up on Earth and they start eating people's...
Children?
No, they crawl into the people's ears and eat their brain and then restructure their head so that they can do these
their head
shape-shifting things. No, their head.
Huh.
They basically just get rid of the head, and they basically make it so that they can shapeshift with it. Well, this one kid, he had a parasite land on him, and it couldn't get into his ear because he was wearing headphones.
Good, smart kid.
Earbuds.
In that world?
And, well, no, it just happened one night. It wasn't anything grand. It was only a few thousand. And,
did you say it wasn't anything grand? It was only a few thousand?
Yeah. Across,
You don't get
across the
that?
world.
You get that?
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, I got it. Dick. Anyways, but instead it burrows into his hand and then takes over his hand and
then he can't jerk off.
ends up naming
Poor
him
kid.
Migi, and they become good friends. And it's a really fascinating outlook on how.
Friends with benefits. That freaking parasite probably sucks them off every
Oh
night.
God.
At least it jerks him off every night.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's actually really fascinating because it goes in the dichotomy of what does it mean to be human.
But how many animes actually do that? That's actually a common theme in a lot of animes.
Yeah, but they specifically talk about the fact that he's asking Migi to help him kill these other parasites, but they're sentient creatures as well.
Right.
So why is a human's life, who they eat, worth any more than their life?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's parasite. Parasites are bad.
right, but after that,
Okay.
they're able to reproduce with their bodies, but they don't create other parasites. They're still normal human children, even when it's two parasites having sex. Find that out in like the 5th episode, 6th episode, something like that.
You know, it's one of those
Pretty
things
early
like,
on.
5th episode. What do you know?
Yeah, I mean the anime is great. The battle scenes are fun, and just the overall drama of it's really good.
How come I feel
but-
like this is going to be some weird skewed thing that Brain here is going to try and throw at them? Tell them that they should watch 5 of our episodes before they decide that they don't like us.
Hey, do it. Give it a shot.
Yeah,
We're not horrible.
You're stuck watching 5 of our episodes.
No listening to, really, because we're not
Yeah,
recording
well,
them yet.
It's probably for the best because this guy over here.
And we're fucking ugly as sin.
But
That too.
we all have hot girlfriends. It doesn't make any sense.
He's got a hot wife.
He's got a hot wife.
That's
Yes, I forgot. I'm sorry. He just got married. I was there. I was the best man. I understand that, but
I was there too.
yeah, you were the groomsman.
I was
A
the
groomsman.
groomsman.
And then there was
Although,
You were the straight groomsman.
Then there
let's
was-
face it, I was the groomsman.
Big gay Mike.
The not straight groomsman.
Well, hence his name.
Standing at a good old about 6'8", 6'9".
6'8".
So everybody's his boyfriend.
So anyways, tits.
Where?
Rosario Vampire. I know that's where you're going with that.
Actually, I was just looking at tits, but we can go with Rosario Vampire.
Let's be honest. Momoka, I think, was the main character of Rosario Vampire.
Fuck, I can't remember the character's name. Yeah. No, I'll go with it.
Mocha?
Mocha.
Yeah.
Mocha, right? Okay, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Not Momoka, it's Mocha.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Talk about BAMF characters again. We're with the vampire anime and BAMF characters.
Well, vampires generally are vampy.
Right.
Except, you know.
Well, Mocha, I guess, isn't the main character. She's the secondary character.
She's a secondary character. It's
She's-
kinda
She's the lead female.
She's the lead female.
Protagonist.
So she was the main character, but not, and is.
Let's talk about the main. Jesus Christ, dude. Well, thanks for walking away from us to do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just don't crop dust us.
I
But
will return it.
so the main character of Rosario Vampire is this kid who basically
Wants to get laid. By a
Wants-
vampire.
well
Let's go to high
no
school.
he wants to go to a good school and he can't get into a good school and he's all upset that his parents are going to be all depressed and they these two with their fucking phones, they're distracting the shit out of me.
Penises.
Whatever they're doing. God damn it. But anyways, he goes to the school, and then this guy drops his flyer on the ground for a school, and it's like a great school, blah blah blah, and he's like sends in his registration forms, hops on the bus. Guess what? He went to Monster High,
Yes, he.
and he runs into this girl who goes "Kapoo" every time she bites him or wants to bite him, and she's a vampire. She's all cutesy and everything, but him being a human, he's the only one who can remove the cross on her chest that makes her an uber vampire.
Makes her like fucking Super Saiyan 5,
Yep.
fucking vampire.
Even though Super Saiyan 5 doesn't exist, thank God that would have been
Super
bad.
Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Right.
That's why she becomes Super Saiyan 5, because there's only one.
So,
You can be your only woman.
but the anime is actually pretty good. It's cute and it's funny. It's really, I think it's a really funny anime.
Cutesy.
It's kind of cutesy, but it's really funny, I think, because it just the interactions that he has with these monsters, and he's
Well, yeah,
the only
he's-
human, and he's got to hide it.
He's got to hide that he's a human.
Yeah,
Because
and everybody wants to eat him.
human.
Well, no one knows he's human.
Well, Mocha does, and she always
Mocha's
wants
the
to
only
want
one.
him.
And she
Wait, well, I guess all his little girlfriends. Cause
Yeah,
doesn't
the,
he have a
the
harem?
ice demon, the
Does he have a harem?
succubus.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
kind of a
harem.
harem.
Okay, it's a harem anime. Okay.
But it's not too terribly bad on the harem, really.
Succubus.
But I think it's because it's a monster of the week anime. You know,
Yeah.
the monster shows up, they fight it, it goes away. Before all that, it's gags and the drama that the monster caused.
And all the girls wanting to suck his D. Or eat his D. Depending on how you want to look at it.
Well, the succubus
I wish-
definitely wants to suck his
I
dick.
wish my life was a harem anime.
Oh, well, I mean, you could do it, but it gets dicey real quick.
And expensive as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I mean, you gotta become Charlie Sheen, basically.
Yeah,
And have his goddesses.
Less coke.
Let's go.
Less coke. Just a little less coke. Especially when you're at a Barbara Walters
Can we
interview.
replace some of that coke with some Molly?
I guess, but I still don't think you want to take it during a Barbara Walters interview.
Well, Barbara Walters might start looking like a fine young lady.
Well, you know,
And then you get another one in the harem.
but the
Exactly.
next thing you're saying, you're like, I'm a Vatican warlock assassin with tiger's blood.
Well, maybe he is a Vatican warlock assassin with tiger's blood.
You don't
And
know
Adonis
that.
DNA.
You don't
From
know
Mars?
him. You don't know who
From Mars?
From Mars! They found running water on Mars. Come on now.
Running salt
So
water.
what you're saying is Charlie Sheen could live up there because he could
Matt
cut
Damon
his
does.
coke with it.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Why does Matt Damon do Kevin Smith movies? Because Ben Affleck tricks him into it.
Where'd you get that one?
That's what Kevin Smith says. He's like, could you ask Matt to come hang out on my movie?
And that's how you get away with it, not paying him.
Oh, God.
You were just a loiterer. You just having a kid caught in film.
Don't blame me because you're the unpaid intern.
Oh, God. But, anyways, we talked about some other anime, like,
Let's see, hold on. We've kind of hit a little bit on the Monster of the Week, the harem animes. We've hit a little bit on the Shinoans. You got a slice of life you're liking?
Bakuman. I loved Bakuman. For those of you who haven't seen Bakuman, it's basically just the story. It's got the craziest plot device ever. Okay? It's so freaking nuts, alright? This kid has been in love with this girl at his high school his entire life. Okay? He's watched this girl, he drools over this girl, he's just like, oh yeah, baby, let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
And then the Backstreet Boys left the building.
I don't know if that's the Backstreet Boys. And so we're this anime. It's the main character. Which one? What was his name? Bakuman. It's an anime about manga artists. It's Suijin and
Kazujin?
no, you're thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh! You piece of shit. Their writing names are Suijin and anyways, the main character, his uncle was a famous gag manga artist. And he basically worked himself to death trying to create manga that would become an anime other than his gag manga. And so he's kind of shied away from doing anime. And yeah, that's the main character is Moritaka Mashiro. Thank you. And so basically this kid who's like been head over heels for this girl all through high school. They're coming up to graduation. He's not going to see her anymore. And the other main character, Suijin, is like the top student. and he's gonna go places. He comes up to Mashiro one day, and he's like, "Listen, I want to make a manga, and I've seen your drawings of this girl. They're amazing." And so he's trying to convince him, and the kid Mashiro won't do it because his uncle died from overworking himself on manga.
Died.
Death from manga.
Right?
That'd be an interesting death.
Death by
No,
manga.
it happens. Mangaka, it does happen to mangakas from time to time, which is the Japanese word for manga
The
artist.
Berserk artist, he's known to get really sick after writing for a long time.
Wasn't there like a guy who just recently died who's really big in manga world
There's been a few.
recently?
The creator of... Are you thinking of the creator of Metal Gear Solid 5, maybe?
Maybe.
Metal
Anyway,
Gear Solid?
you
Anyways.
go back to your slice of life that
And I could even be wrong on that.
probably
So-
they'll comment about it.
Yep.
Right.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us
Although
know
we
how
might
long
just
it
look it up
is.
on Google after we're done here. But anyways, Suijin can't get Mashiro to do it, right? Over and over, they're fighting about it. He just wants Mashiro to write.
He loved.
He wants Mashiro to draw what he's written, the story he's written. So basically, it boils down to he knows the girl that Mashiro's been in love with, and he ends up going over there. Mashiro tags along, not knowing, and he's like, "Say something to her. You know, we're graduating tomorrow. You might not see her again." And he's like, he calls out her name, and he's like, she comes out, and he's like, he finds out she wants to be a voice actress. He's like, if I write an anime,
Manga?
write a manga that becomes an anime,
Oh, okay.
will you marry me? Where you can be the lead voice actress in it. And she blushes, runs inside, and pushes on the intercom, says, "Yes, but we can't talk until our dreams come true."
Oh, jeez.
That's the plot device for that entire anime. It's
Here's
a
the problem.
horrible plot
No,
device,
see,
but
here's
it's
the thing.
it's a
Here's the
great
thing.
world. It's a great look into like
if
the
you think
way.
about it, it works great for him because he can still write and draw the manga.
Yes,
all
but they
himself.
can't talk.
Oh, talk to each other or talk period?
They can't talk to each other.
Oh, well, then, I was going to say,
They can't see each other.
She's
They can't
voice
talk
actress.
to each other.
She can't talk around him.
No, they can't see or talk to each other the whole time. And like, he doesn't get an anime going for a while, and it doesn't have a female lead in it because it's about kids, and it kind of it goes real bad.
It doesn't sound like things are going well.
But there's some cute moments in it where she does show up, and I think I haven't seen the latest season, but yeah, right.
You don't have to talk.
I mean, what about you guys? Have you seen any slice of life animes that you?
Other than
Yamada's First Time, which is kind of an ecchi slice of life.
Yeah, see,
Still slice of life.
I would have to look at some of the animes I've watched in the years.
Well, let's talk about some of the ones I've seen. Orimo, How Can My Little Sister Be This Cute?
Whoa. Now we're getting into a whole new world
No.
of fucking shit there.
No, it's about this kid.
And incest and wanting to fuck his sister. I know.
Okay.
We've talked
Wait.
about this one in a
No, he doesn't want to fuck his
How
sister.
can my sister be this cute?
His
What the
sister.
hell do you think it's about?
His sister, if I'm remembering the name, the translated name right, his sister
Yeah, you've
is
told me about this
into
one. His sister is into like
Arage anime,
brother
or
daughter fucking roleplay shit.
brother sister
Brother sister
role playing
roleplay.
games. Where,
Is that
where they fall in
I
love?
remember talking about this one now.
Yeah. And it's cute. They start to bond over it.
That's kind of an awkward thing to be to bond
To
over.
bond
Right?
over.
Especially for brother and sister. It is a little awkward.
No shit.
But
Especially
she
if you
can't
have
share her
brothers.
passion with anyone else.
I'm
It's
pretty sure she can share it with someone else.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's talk about some. Let's talk about one that I know Blood has seen because I watched it with him,
That's not
and it has a fucked up ending. Suicide no Gargantia. I'm not sure on what the translated name is, but it's
The name is not something familiar, but
the Gargantia, the ship, and the pirates. Remember, he's flying the space robot from outer space, and then the ship that's like a big living area.
Oh, this one.
Show him.
Show me.
It's actually on Netflix
Oh,
right now.
yeah.
Okay.
It's on Netflix right now.
I haven't finished it though.
You haven't finished it?
I haven't finished it.
Oh my god!
ADD.
It's got like the most fucked up ending ever.
No, really?
Gargantia on the Vertigo.
That's why I saw they were fighting. They found actual those extraterrestrial things that they were fighting in space on Earth.
I actually have that tagged on my Netflix. I need to start watching that.
It's good. And just so you guys know, it's a good fucked up ending, but you're just like, holy shit, where did that come from?
Right?
But it's not like one of those really bad ones, like what's an anime I could think of that had one of those?
Oh, really bad endings? Fuck.
Start with list.
Okay, how about this? Let's talk about the worst animes we've ever seen, and let's try to say something nice about it.
Something nice about an bad anime that I've seen?
Yeah, what's like the worst de facto anime you've seen?
Like, the worst.
The worst. Or just in the top, like, 10.
Trigun.
Okay, say something nice about it then.
It actually had some pretty nice action scenes. I mean, my biggest problem with Trigun was the main character. I just couldn't.
Just hated how whiny Vash was. I kind of wonder if it'd be a little different in subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I watched it dubbed. Maybe that was a problem. But
I mean, I'm not a big sub-dub snob, but there was a period of time there where the anime didn't do... The anime wasn't really dubbed that well.
yeah, fair enough.
How about we talk about an anime that I know you've seen part of that you probably missed? Blood. Gun X Sword.
Yeah, well, see, the problem with Gun X Sword, the reason why I didn't finish that Gun X Sword, is I went to basic while in the middle of watching it, and by the time I got back home, it was off Netflix.
Okay.
Most of my anime I watch off Netflix. Please don't judge me.
We don't judge. Have you watched The Irregular at Magic High School yet?
No, I have not.
That's really good.
Wait. Sounds familiar. I remember watching one.
That's another show with a badass motherfucker in it.
That's anime in general.
I thought we were talking about bad animes and trying
We were.
to...
Well, yeah, but he was talking about Netflix. Anyway.
So why wouldn't we bring up something like Queen's Blade? And the good thing about it was the boobs.
Well, I mean, there's actually a story to
that's
that.
like saying, hey, Seiko no Quasar was good because it had lactating titties in it. It did. It wasn't that good.
Superpowers.
It did.
Right?
From drinking the Soma, which was breast milk.
If you're into
He's
that
like,
kind of thing.
Mommy? Mama. I couldn't... That was one of the few animes, I got 3 episodes in, and that's all I could do.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to think about it. I fucked up there.
What?
Oh,
Fine.
shit. Well, you said bad.
That's one of the animes I've only got like 3 episodes into. 'Cause it was just that bad.
But see, that's the thing. It's like when you get to that 5 episode threshold, when you get to those really bad animes, you feel like you can't really even comment on them because you only saw the 5 episodes. But they're so bad, you don't want to keep watching.
But I have kept watching some.
And that's the difference
But
between you and me.
Seikon you brought up Queen's Blade tits. I had to bring up Seikon no Quasar breast milk. Okay,
Hey.
Let's be honest. How many people have made it through that anime without a break? Just like a second to like go, what the fuck did I just watch?
Made it through that anime.
Right?
Like, what did I just watch? No, there are a lot of people who made it through the anime who liked it. What I want to know is how many people made it through a marathon watch of that anime that didn't already have a breastfeeding fetish.
Or slits on
There's
the
There's lots of Japanese men with fetishes. There's a Japanese man with a fetish for everything.
Yeah. And if there isn't, the internet will make one.
True story.
I mean, Okay, let's talk about an anime that, while it wasn't horrible, it wasn't really that good to me. And you guys might hate me for this, because I'm pretty sure both of you have watched it. Hamtaro.
I've never watched Hamtaro. Thank you very much. I have standards. And hamsters are very low.
I will second that opinion.
Basically, fuck you. Fuck you.
Okay, how about this? This is considered, by a lot of Gundam fans, a very, very terrible Gundam anime. Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
I knew I avoided that one for a reason.
G Gundam wasn't actually that bad. It was just
But
it's different than what they were wanting.
yeah, it's true. It was a battle anime. It was a weekly battle fight anime. Like fighters fight. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't.
If
And
I wanted to
then
do
they
that, I'll
used
just
key
play
and crap,
fucking
so
Mortal
there were
Kombat.
definitely people not wanting that. I mean, I just.
But a lot of people made fun of the Shining Finger.
The burning finger was worse.
No, it was the Burning Hand. I think is what they
No,
called it. Was it Burning Finger as well?
You know what? If you got a burning finger, you'd be worried too.
I'd be more worried about where that burning finger's going.
Yeah.
Share the love, everybody. Share the love.
Sometimes.
Always use protection.
And that's you don't have to. Then don't.
What is wrong with you?
If
You're the
you're-
medic.
It feels better that way.
It does. Yeah.
I
Trust
get
me,
you.
trust me.
You're the scout. That makes sense to you.
Trust me.
Medic,
Without a condom,
scout.
so much better.
You know what?
You know what? Next thing you're gonna tell me is if I have herpes, just change my socks. It'll make it better.
And you know what? You're the
Drink
opposite.
water, motherfucker. You'll be fine.
You know what?
Take some ibuprofen.
We started this whole
Motrin.
thing.
Motrin and water.
With
Motrin and water?
Interviews, and he said you just had to figure out what our names meant.
And then you just get
And
my...
you just fucking cat out of the fucking bag like a little bitch.
Like the little
That's
bitch
where
he
the
is.
intel comes from. The bitches.
That's
All right. So to give you guys some background.
No, I'm pretty sure we got the background.
Well, no,
We
they're
went
still a little lost.
Circled. Just like your anus.
Your anus is a giant
Circle.
circle. It means it got stretched. A big gay Mike.
What?
You don't remember?
Multiple tightening sphincters. Pain.
Oh God.
How long are we deciding to force these people to listen to our shenanigans?
Shenanigans?
We're coming right up on it on the end our first episode.
I was thinking about that because I was like, you know what? We can have fun, we can have shenanigans, but it doesn't matter how good the show is. After a certain amount of time, like
People don't want to listen to us anymore.
people don't want to listen to us anymore. They need a break.
They're like, these guys don't make any sense. They haven't made sense since the beginning. Fuck these guys. I'm not listening anymore.
Fuck
hey,
this shit.
hey,
I'm
at the
out.
very least, you guys might get a good laugh out of us. You know?
Yeah, but they need a break.
Laughing at us.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like that friend that you can only deal with them. So
Hey,
many
it's still
hours a
people
day.
listening to us.
True story.
Talk about nothing.
I talked about nothing once.
No,
How'd that go?
Nobody listened.
You're terrible. You punny little bastard. Terrible.
Was that?
Yes.
Penis! Penis mightier!
No, we can all say it together. Pain.
Penis. Vagina.
Vagina.
That would be a great ending.
Alright.
That's how we're going to end every episode now?
No, I don't know if that's how we're going to end every episode.
I kind of
But
like it though.
so,
I do.
just
like
so you
how
guys
vagina-
know, well, I mean, let's give them background on us real quick. You know,
Penis.
well,
Vagina.
yes, there's 3 vaginas
There are
upstairs,
three vaginas upstairs.
3 penises downstairs.
I
I get
this
it.
game.
What the story is, my vagina's not upstairs.
You don't know that.
I do
Wait.
that.
Well, is your vagina in between your legs?
My vagina.
Do you have sand in your vagina?
You have sand in your vagina.
No, I don't. Anyways,
Your vagine?
but to give you some background, we're
We're
a
three
group
wild and crazy guys!
of who all happen to make the mistake, happy choice, mishap, whatever you want to call it, of joining the army
Ain't that true?
together
Hey, best decision
in
of my
love.
life. Best decision of my life.
And I'm Brains. I was military intelligence.
Bullets. Well, I'm a scout. I was a scout. Like to kill things, blow shit up. You know, things you do with bullets.
And blood.
Blood, I'm a bullet catcher.
No, what he is
No,
he's
no,
a medic.
no. Bullet
He's
catchers
supposed to
are the
fix them.
infantry. That's what they're good for.
Oh my god.
Stopping bullets.
We're gonna get so many hate comments from that. They're like, I'm infantry, motherfucker.
And
Like-
you know what? Any true infantryman will know that combat arms give shit back and forth, and you know what? We'll be
Okay,
good.
but why is the sky blue, Ray?
Because God loves the infantry, but you know what?
He wishes he was
He
cat.
still wishes he was a cat. Now, back on topic. Our bloody blood here, the medic.
Yep. I deal with blood.
And
And-
you will look at your nutsack when you think you have a tick.
Yep. And his he will definitely look at your nutsack if he thinks you have a tick.
That's
Or
a
if
fucking
you think you
mole,
have
asshole.
a tick.
Oh, good old. Now, what are you saying?
Ironically though, blood also, we're all in the guard. Well, I'm out now, but we were all in the guard. Blood happened to pick up a job in the civilian side that
Being a
makes his
vampire.
name even more ironic.
He's a vampire.
He's a phlebotomist.
He's a vampire. Don't
He likes to stick the babies, and he doesn't feel bad when they cry.
Hey, someone's gonna make those little bastards cry.
You're terrible.
They have to learn early that life is hard.
Just wipe it on the teddy bear when you're done.
That's right.
What the fuck? What the fuck is... That's gonna get some hate comments.
Fuck them. Fuck them right in the ass.
Fuck him right in the
Yeah,
pussy.
they'll like that.
Oh, right.
As long as you don't come on their face when you're done.
Oh my god. Alright guys, so I think this is gonna be our first show. I hope it wasn't too rough.
Well, if you hate us, leave
If
it in the
it's-
comments.
if it's
We
rough,
get a good laugh.
it's
And
really-
if you like us, leave it in the comments, and we'll make another episode.
Yeah, and let us know what you think. Let us know what you want. Tell us what you want to hear.
Well, I know what I want, but I ain't
Let's
gonna
just
get it
say.
from any podcasts there.
Well, no.
Giggity.
I'm sorry, we don't offer friendship blowjobs.
I was gonna say. if it's
We're not
rough-
that kind of podcast.
I was gonna say, if it's rough, suck it up, Buttercup, because next time we're not using lube.
But I think that'll be all for us this week. I'm Brains.
I'm Bullets.
And I'm Blood.
Yep. All right, we'll
Was
catch
that
you
what
guys
were?
next
Yeah.
time.
Did I just ask what my name was?
I think you did, because you're a
Yeah.
piece of shit.
So was your mom. But she's a very nice lady.
We were brought in today by the song Number One by Hazel Fernandez from the Bleach original soundtrack.
Hey guys, if you fell in love with those trash pandas like I did, you can check them out on Twitter at Trash Panda Anime, or if you're willing to go with their dinosaur ways, send them an email with any comments, suggestions, or requests at trashpandareviews@gmail.com. They'll watch and review about anything you guys ask them to. And remember guys, stay with it and dig through that trash. Nika nika nay!